Welcome to Thoughts Off the Stem. I'm Justin Barone, and today we smoked a roach bowl. It was a mix of Star Walker Kush and Hi-Fi 4G Hybrid. Excuse me. That one hit me hard. I haven't slept yet today. Or in the last 24 hours, I guess you could say. I started designing some t-shirts last night. And my Wi-Fi kept fucking up. And I got really pissed off. I threw my phone a few times. Oh shit, that's really sitting in there in the back of the throat. Damn, that's what I get for doing roach bowls. But yeah, so I couldn't fucking get this design to go. Every time I was just about ready to finish it, I was trying to do a poster and I was trying to do a new shirt design. As soon as I was about to finish the poster, the whole fucking phone would restart on me, or my Wi-Fi would cut out, and then my phone would get retarded, and then, like, have to not reboot, but like reboot the apps. I don't know. It was weird. It was a pain in the ass. It was pissing me off. So I haven't slept because I was working on a poster and one T-shirt, which at the end of it, I'm not even sure. And I apologize for all the coughing. I don't know what's up, but I'm not even sure that I'm gonna use them after all that fucking effort and getting really, really mad to the point where like I was ready to just snap my phone in half. Anyway, you know what's fucked up about staying up all night is that like there's a certain point in the evening or the nighttime where time starts to go really fast. And all of a sudden, like, you look at the clock, it's like 8 o'clock at night, and all of a sudden it's fucking midnight, right? But then, on the switch side of that, early in the morning, there's a point where time just, like, stops. Like, between, 6 and 7 this morning? It was like that hour took 12 hours. It took so long. But have you ever noticed that? Have you ever stayed up? Like I have this, I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast. I might have. But I generally have one night a year where, for whatever reason, I just can't fall asleep. And I end up staying up and like cleaning the house and doing, whatever I do. Working on t-shirts apparently. Or doing podcast stuff or, advertising stuff or whatever. But yeah. That time used to be filled with video games and a shit ton of weed. I find late at night now, I can't really smoke as like I used to. Midnight or whatever. My old body's getting to the point where it just can't take it. Can't take the 2 a.m. smoke sessions. I'm too old. I'm an old bastard. Come on, throat. Deal with it and move on. But yeah, so I found that like at night you get these really fast periods of time where it's almost like you're teleporting to wherever like the future. And then there's these points in the morning where everything just slows right down and your whole fucking day just like stops. I wasn't even high. That's the thing. Like I had smoked which should say something about this kush that I got. Because I'm not falling asleep on it, apparently. I'm staying up all night on it. So whatever effect this has on me, this Star Walker kush stuff, is not conducive to sleeping, apparently. Could also be the 42 coffees I had yesterday. I don't know. That's probably the coffee. But yeah, anyway. So I was just surprised that this morning, like it took 1 hour. It took 12 hours for 1 hour to pass. It was fucked up. And I wasn't even high. Fucking kids had to go to school, so I got them to school, let them go, and then, just now, smoking this bowl about mid-morning. Nope, it's not even. See, that is fucking 10 to 9 in the morning. Like, holy shit. That was my wake and bake bowl. That's why it hit me so hard. I haven't even fucking woken up yet. But I haven't even gone to bed. So have I really not woken up? I don't fucking know. Do you? Can you answer this question? Because it seems to me that I am in a state of bliss. Meaning that I don't give a fuck. But I also don't know shit about what's going on or why. But yeah, anyway. So I finally got baked, or I had my wake and bake at apparently 10 to 9 this morning. That's not typical. Normally I get a few things done first. But when you've been up for almost 2 days, I guess a wake and bake at 9 a.m. is really like a wake and bake at 9 p.m. Maybe I'll fall asleep. I don't know. It would be nice if I could. My son and I started playing NBA 2K14. I know, it's so old. But fuck, I'm into that game, man. You could play... I didn't realize this, okay? But, like, I understand how people can like Madden now. You know? Like, I never really liked Madden. I like football and everything, but I don't like playing Madden because you have to pick... You have to be the coach. You have to be the fucking player. You got to pick, like, from 8,200 different fucking plays from every offense. I don't know. It's just... It felt more like work. It felt like a math class, like fucking geometry or some shit. Trigonometry, whatever. I don't know. Rather than, like, a game. But anyway, that's why I stayed away from, like, NBA 2K anything. Because I was like, no, that's going to be, like, the NBA Madden kind of situation, right? Well, I don't know if it's because I played ball when I was younger, like, a lot. Like, got pretty good at it. Like, just saying, you know, I was actually decent. Like, got asked to try out for the Canadian national junior team. I didn't do it because I was a fucking retard when I was a kid. Sorry. I was a dum-dum when I was a kid. I apologize. I'm not going to bleep that out because I don't edit this shit, but I apologize for the R word. I'm sorry. I was a dum-dum and did not capitalize on opportunities. So, yeah. So, you know, I started playing this 2K14 with my son. And we're totally into it, man. I played as the 95-96 Chicago Bulls. He played as the 95-96 Chicago Bulls, and I played as, like, the 91-92 Lakers. And I beat him barely with the Lakers, and he thought, like, oh, I'll take the Lakers and play you as the Bulls. I was like, you silly, man. That's Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Michael Jordan, Steve Kerr, Tony Kukoc, Ron Harper. Ugh, the list goes on. Luke Longley. Like, there's so many great players on that team. But he doesn't know. He doesn't know basketball like I know basketball. So I immediately destroyed him 28-2 in the first quarter. By the end of the first half, I was up, like, I don't know. I doubled his score. So if I think he had like 24, I had 48. So he quit at halftime. But holy shit, I'm into that game, man. Actually, when I'm done this podcast, I might go in and start a whole season with this. Because this is pretty awesome. The players are realistic, and because I played basketball, when you're using the controls, like, you can see how the player is reacting to the like, how long you're pressing the button. You can see his form when he shoots. So if you're familiar with, you know, knowing how to shoot a basketball and playing the game, it actually translates. It's actually really cool. So yeah, I'm really into that right now. I've been playing Fortnite with them for, like, the longest fucking time, but fuck Fortnite. I hate that game. But I love it at the same time, because you level up and you get shit, and, you know, it's fun to level up and get shit, but I suck. Like, I blow at that game. Holy fuck, I can't build. If somebody builds around me in Fortnite while I'm trying to shoot them, I'm fucked. You're gonna kill me, because I get confused. Like, as soon as that first wall goes up, I'm like, wait, what? Where? Whoa, hold on. What's happening? There's a thing in my way. And then I look up too fast. So I'm looking up, and then generally the guy jumps on me, but, like, I'm skittish. So then I try to, like, aim my gun again, but I'm already aimed. So I miss when I aim, because I don't aim. Like, actually, like, I was originally aimed. So then when I get skittish and I move, I shoot the wall. And then I get shot in the face and die. So I play that game at my own pace. I generally just try to go the outside of the map and work my way into the circle and finish, like, top 25. I do pretty good with the top 10s, but I've only won one solo round on my own. No, two on my own. Yeah. So, video games are awesome. I've gotten out of them a little bit as I've gotten older, but I really do like them. They're fun as shit, especially when you're high, and especially when you find a game that like you didn't expect to be really good. You know, like this NBA 2K14. I'm fucking enthralled in it. I played Ratchet and Clank the other day because it was like $9 at Christmas or something, and I was like, yeah, I'm buying that. Bought that, dude. So much fun. I'm telling you, it's so much fun. It's like Mario, but like Mario on steroids, as you know, a fox or whatever the fuck you are. It's super fun though. It's very linear, and like you know, you walk through a world, but you finish the area. Yeah, you don't. It's pretty simple, but yeah, basic. I like it, but it's cartoony and it's fun. It's more like like Mario or Sonic on steroids or something like that. That's a good game. What else do I like? What other games do I like recently? I like Call of Duty, but that's fucking standard. Everybody likes that game, I think. Or most people anyway. Like, I like that game because if I get all frustrated and pent up with aggression, it's a great way to unleash it. Because, like, in real life, sometimes you want to smack a motherfucker. And you can't just walk around smacking motherfuckers. As much as you want to and you think you're a bad motherfucker, you can't do that shit. So it's nice to have a game where you can go and you can do that shit. Right? So, like, Call of Duty's pretty sweet for that. I used to love, you know what I love? I used to love Def Jam Fight Club. Oh my god, that game was so good, man. You know, I could play that game for hours. There's nothing like a fight game, like a good combat game. Even though I'm shit at games like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, I'm actually pretty good at Dead or Alive, and I was really fucking good at that Def Jam Fight Club or whatever it was called. Def Jam Fight Night, Def Jam Take a Boot to the Face. Def Jam, I'm gonna break my foot off in your ass, motherfucker. That kind of shit. Yeah, I was down for that. Or like NBA Jam. That shit was awesome. Not too many people played this, but NBA Showtime 3-on-3. That was an arcade starter, and then it eventually made its way to... I'm pretty sure it made its way to Nintendo 64. NWO versus NWA. That was a great video game for Nintendo 64. That was all like, WCW wrestlers, but NWO versus WCW. That's what it was. That was so good. That was the first game that I played where the controls were simple to wrestle, but you could also pick up stuff from like under the ring and like in the stands and shit, and then beat the crap out of the guy you were playing with. I love those games. If you could stomp somebody in a game, that was normally my outlet, because you can't do it in real life. Like boxing games, EA Sports, what's the one that they do? Fight Night? Is that what it's called? Fight Night? I don't know. Whatever the big boxing one is. When it came out, the first one came out, or the second, I think. It was the one with Muhammad Ali on the cover. EA Sports for Xbox 360, I think. Maybe the original Xbox. Well, they definitely had it for the 360. I loved playing that because it was fucking technical. You could pick the way that your boxer rolled. I love boxing. I think it's some of the coolest shit to be able to just stand there without flinching and let a guy throw his fucking hands right at your face, and you move last second. Like, I don't have that kind of... I don't know if I could control fear like that. I know in any fight that I've ever been in, I've been terrified. And terrified of getting touched. So I just made sure that whatever was going on, you couldn't get a hold of me, and if you hit me, I was on top of you faster than like you could follow through. That was my whole game plan. I didn't really have one. So to play like technical boxing games or like fighting games, I like those, because you could actually, you could whoop the shit out of somebody, but not actually whoop the shit out of somebody. You could, like, I remember I used to pick Evander Holyfield all the time, and then there was this one guy that I had to fight. Shit, I don't remember what the fighter was, but you basically walked all over this guy, and I remember just beating him because I figured out all the combinations. Like, I figured out, yeah, it was fun as shit. Plus, it's another one that, like, it's a sport that I like and I'm into, and I've actually tried, so I kind of understand it a little bit because I've gone through the methods a couple times of like learning a bit of boxing. Not much. When I say a bit, I mean like the very very bare basics, okay? But still, like, I understand it and I enjoy it. So it's one of those games that was pretty cool. Just like the the 2K14. It's so close to the actual thing, and the fact that I like it and understand it translates to the game. Pretty cool. I love video games for that shit, man. I also love them for their stupid cartooniness, but, you know, who doesn't love both things? Yeah, I love shooting the shit out of people. Oh, hey, speaking of shooting the shit out of people, here's an update. So we got our COVID test back, and we're COVID free. Everybody got negative. Now here's the downside. Because my buddy was the one that got COVID, and I had just seen him, I still, even though my test came back negative, I still have to stay in isolation. I can't leave my house until, well, the day that this episode's released at midnight, I'll be able to leave my house. So until then, I'm sitting around. I'll tell you what, I have smoked a lot more weed, especially without smoking cigarettes. Though I'll be fair, I'll be honest, I had somebody drop off a pack to me because I was dying for one. But I also noticed that I started, once I got rid of cigarettes, I was smoking like 2 grams a day. Easy. And I don't normally smoke that because I normally smoke the bong, right? But I figured what I would do with the quitting the cigarettes is I would roll a joint that was huge because I got the raw king size papers. And I figured if I rolled that, I may not smoke the whole thing. But if I chew nicotine gum at the same time, hopefully that'll satisfy my craving for a cigarette and I'll get high. And I won't smoke the whole thing. Well, here's the problem with that theory, man. Okay? I'm just saying. It works, but you smoke the whole joint. I don't care how big that motherfucker is, okay? You're making your way from fucking nose to toes on that sucker, okay? That's what's happening. Because you want to satisfy the action of smoking, like the hand to mouth to inhale, exhale, that whole deal. The joint satisfies that. Plus you get a little extra out of it, right? Perfect. Then with the gum, you could chew the gum a lot longer than you can smoke a cigarette. So you're constantly getting nicotine. You're feeling pretty good about it. And the next thing you know, you've smoked this huge 2.5 gram joint all in one shot. So yeah, so that in the last episode I mentioned that I bought 15 grams or 20 grams and stuff. So that 20 grams after a week and a day, no, after a week, exactly a week. After a week is down to, what would I say I'm down to? Okay, I still have my G pen. I got a little bit of that left. Not my G pen, my OG Kush pen. Holy shit, Justin. I still have at least 2 dabs of my Kish Terp Slush because I haven't touched that because I'm debating doing some Instagram live segments, I guess. I don't know what you call them. Videos. Instagram live deals. Dealies. So I figure if I do that, maybe I'll want the dab for that. So I'm hanging on to that for a little bit. But I think I was down to, out of the 20 grams that holy shit, out of the 8, no, it was 20. Out of the 20 grams that I had, I am down to probably 3 grams, a half quarter, 3.5 grams of the Star Walker Kush, which is the big bag, the 15 gram bag that I bought. And then I re-upped last night. Mostly just because I thought, well, if I don't have to leave the house, fuck it. I'm just going to have a constant, steady stream of weed. Plus, I'm not smoking, so fuck it. But I did get a pack of smoke, so I am actually smoking today. But I'm going to try not to go through the whole pack. And I'm going to keep on this no smoking thing. But anyway, the point is, so I got this new quarter of weed. And this stuff is Hi-Fi 4G. It's what is it? It's a hybrid, and it's like 23%. It's pretty good. It's pretty chatty stuff. So I mix it with the Star Walker because the Star Walker Kush sort of brings me down a little bit. But this stuff gets me like this Hi-Fi for Hi-Fi. Is it Hi-Fi or Hi-Fi? Hi-Fi, right? I don't know. Hi-Fi. Hi-Fi. Capital H, little I, capital F, little I. If that means anything, like someone's going to answer that. I'm calling it hi-fi 4G. Seems like that would be the thing that you would call a 4G hi-fi. Anyway, it is hi-fi. It feels like it's, I think it said it was indica dominant, but I think it's a sativa dominant. Either that or it's the exact right balance for me, because I find that on this, apparently, I get a little bit whoop whoop excited, even though I shouldn't be. But with the Star Walker, it underlies a nice little like body buzz. It's Kush, so it's like it's a nice even body buzz underneath it. I don't know. It's a pretty sweet deal. It's pretty nice. So I'm enjoying that, but definitely smoking way more weed than I would normally. Yeah. I worked on a couple t-shirts, like I said. Hopefully we find out soon if, and thank you. I want to thank everybody that listens to this. If you guys voted, or even if you didn't, but you listen, I want to thank you, because I want to thank you for voting. We were entered into, what was it called? SMIPA? Self-Made Indie Podcast Awards. I haven't heard the results yet, but whatever. I don't care what the results were. I just appreciate everybody that told me that they voted, and I appreciate everybody listening, and I thank you very much. I really do. That means a lot to me, man. That's very very exciting. So thank you for that. That got me energized to make the shirts. And then I got really fucking pissed off at making the shirts because stupid fucking internet kept fucking shutting off on me, dickhead. That thing was being a dick last night. If it was a dude, I'd have punched it in his teeth. And then kicked it in the balls and threw it out of my house. Fucking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air style. DJ Jazzy Jeff, I'm sorry that you're the example, but I would have thrown that motherfucking Wi-Fi right out the house like that. It was being a total cocksucker. Fucked up. Do you know how many times I spent putting these fucking things together? It took me 3 hours to do the poster. I started at 5 o'clock in the afternoon and I finished it at 8 o'clock. I started right after that doing a t-shirt at, I put the kids to bed at 9. So 9:30, I started doing the fucking t-shirt that was a similar like look, but different for the t-shirt. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that then that one took me until fucking 2 o'clock in the morning to get it to save. Because every time I was putting the last little touch on the fucking lettering, boom, site would shut down. Now, I thought it was my phone, so I got very, very mad, and I got very, very stern. And I explained to my phone, if you fuck around anymore, I'm going to put 2 knuckles square down the center of you, motherfucker. And you know what my phone did? Nothing. Because it's a phone. And I'm an idiot. You know, it's funny how when you get pissed off, you talk a whole bunch of shit, like you're the baddest motherfucker on the planet, blah, 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 blah. You're all hyped up. Like, I've been there. I think everybody's been there. But, like, the bottom line is, there's always someone bigger than you. And a lot of the times when you're pissed off and you're running your fucking mouth, you're just doing it because you're pissed off. You really don't mean any of the shit that you say, or expect that you're going to have to or can do the things that you do say. Anyway, I don't know how we got there. That's not the point. I don't care about that. But here's the thing. So I got mad at the phone. Okay? And I kept getting mad at it. After I put the kids to bed, I might have thrown the phone. Actually, I think I threw the phone before I could put the kids to bed. My son was like, Dad, chill. And I was like, I'm good. I was having a child moment, okay? I'm allowed my child moments too. You're allowed yours. Don't you fucking judge me. You can judge me. It's okay. I was a fucking baby. I was throwing a temper tantrum. I've been known to do that from time to time. Anyway, so it took me until 2 o'clock to try and save this fucking t-shirt. And then I realized that it was the Wi-Fi that was the problem and not the website. So all I had to do was switch over to my data, and then the thing never shut down. Dude, 4 hours fucking wasted. By then I was so mad that I couldn't fall asleep, even though by this time I had got the shirt basically done. So then I tinkered with it until fucking 4 o'clock this morning, because, I don't know, that's what you do apparently. Anyway, so I did that, and then I realized it was 4:30 in the morning, so fuck, there was no point in going to bed because I was going to have to be up in like 2 hours. So I just figured, fuck it, I'll stay up. So here I am, stayed up, taking one bowl, and I'm really fucking high now. I'm really glad I brought water with me because this coffee is getting a little bit dry on the tongue, son. Oh, fuck. You know, sometimes I wonder if, like, I wonder if your mood, like, okay, I wonder if your mood, if weed can determine your mood. Like, can weed put you in a bad mood? Because I don't think I've ever smoked weed where if I was, no matter what mood I was in, I was always in a better mood. Like, if I was already in a really good, happy mood, I was just happier. Like, more when I say happier, I just mean like I was laughing more, right? That's my gauge of how happy or how fun a day is how much I laugh in the day. So if the day's like, okay, weed makes it, woohoo, fun, right? But if the day's awesome, weed makes it awesomer. It makes it a little bit more awesome, right? But I wonder if you could smoke weed and then actually have, like, I know you can have green outs. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about it like when you drink, okay? If you drink certain things, there's a certain point where alcohol puts you in a bad mood. Like, you just don't want to be fucked with, or you black out, right? So I've never smoked weed that has actually put me in a bad mood. Or, like, I've had bad trips, for sure. I've greened out. I have a whole episode about green outs. If you want, listen to that, because it's fucking hilarious, I think. It's all my stupid green out stories. So, listen to that if you want to. But I know you can green out, but I've never had, like, I've never smoked a joint or smoked all night long. Like, okay, let's say if you're drinking, you drink from what? Like 8 o'clock at night till 2 in the morning, right? At some point in that time, if you drink enough, you're going to get sloppy and you're going to get pissed off. And sometimes, even before that, like, you don't even have to be drunk. Sometimes the booze will just put you in a bad mood, right? And it'll, like, dig that bad mood deeper. And then weed never does that. Never. It always makes you think about how awesome everything is. It makes you find things more enjoyable. The only downside to weed is that the come down off of some stuff, right? As you're coming down off it, you could get cranky. I get cranky sometimes if I've been smoking a lot and I'm tired and, like, you know, there's too much noise going on around me. I'll get cranky and snippy and things like that. But I recognize that and I try not to fall into it. But I definitely have. But that's the come down. That's not the weed. Like, the weed is always good. Like, the booze can put you in that mood, keep you in that mood, and then even when you go to bed, still be in that mood. Whereas weed, you smoke it and you go up, and then you start to come down. But that's when you smoke another one and you stay. Everything's all right, man. That's where you want to be at, right? Yeah, I've never smoked weed that's put me in a bad mood. I mean, I know this isn't surprising. I'm just saying. Like, if you're going to compare drinking to smoking, like, fuck you. Because there's no comparison, man. Like, you know, I know guys do jiu-jitsu and shit on weed. Like, the other day, I rode my stationary bike for 20 minutes and then I did another 20-minute kettlebell workout. It was pretty high intensity for a guy that hasn't worked out in fucking 3, 4, 5, 6 months maybe. And I used to work out regularly. It was tough. My back is really fucking sore today. But I did that while high, and I never wanted to crush somebody. I didn't feel like anything bad was going to happen. I've played basketball drunk at a party against some friends when I was younger, and even when I was this was when I was 16. And even then, you know what's fucked up? Is that, like, it was hard to, it felt like I was being weighed down. I didn't like it. And then I was in a bad mood. Surprise. Whereas if I'm playing basketball or working out when I'm high, two things happen. One, if it's a sport and a game, I take it as a sport and a game. So I end up having more fun, not necessarily being as good at the sport as I could be, but having more fun and not caring about the result in a game situation and being high. Where if I'm working out, I actually get way more focused because I put on music, and then the music hits the emotions, and then the emotions go through the veins with the blood into the hands and the feet and the muscles, and then you just, you crush it, you do it all day long, yeah, and you don't stop until the motherfucker is broken, but then you pick him back up and you tell them, I can do it, yeah you can. I'm serious, that's what I do. If I'm fucking working out and I find it hard, I'll do my Arnold voice and I'll just talk to myself and tell myself, get the fuck up, asshole. I push myself pretty hard, I think. But yeah, I've never had weed that, puts me in a bad mood or even in a bad place. Because even when I had greenouts and stuff, I always knew it was going to be okay. Even the first one I had, I was like, it's going to be fine. This just really sucks. Plus, after having that first one, you find out that, like, worst comes to worst, you pass out, you wake up a couple hours later, you still feel a little whoop-de-whoop, but you're on with your day. Whereas if you, like, boozed out and you start feeling like that, you're probably going to end up with your stomach pumped, or worse, alcohol poisoning, and you die. I'm just saying, man. There's a, what do you pick? I think you pick the greenery, sir. Here you go. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, so we're all good. We didn't have COVID. We don't, I guess I could still show symptoms for the next few days, but I feel completely fine. Like I said, I worked out the other day and fuck, I was dying, but that's not because I was even remotely sick. That's because I've gotten fat and I need to not be fat. So yeah, so I'm going back on a fucking workout routine, and I'm getting ripped again, baby. I got to see those abs. I'm hitting 40. I got to get in better shape than I'm in. This pot belly's doing nobody no good, and I ain't no pig. Well, sometimes I'm a pig. But I got my fucking weed situation all sorted out. I'm figuring out how to roll with these king-size papers and fucking less than king-size fingers. I've been told that my hands look like mitts, and they do. It's like, these aren't piggies on my fingers. These are sausages, bro. These shits don't fucking work. And then on top of that, I got this tiny thin paper. Anyway, you don't have to worry about that shit. I do. So I'm reteaching myself how to roll different cool things. I rolled the backwards joint, where you don't use all the paper, and instead of, folding the lick side over, you have it as the part that gets folded onto. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you understand that. And then you burn off the extra bit of the paper, so you're using considerably less paper when you're smoking it. It's also actually a really nice smoke because the way you roll it that way, it seems to just stick better. I don't know. It's like I said, it's less paper, so the way that Raw makes their papers, it really complements that roll. I can't do it every time. I fucked up a few papers doing that, but what can I say? I want to learn how to do cross joints, but I figure first I'll nail rolling with both hands. I'm pretty good. I'm almost completely ambidextrous when it comes to rolling joints. That's right, left or right, doesn't matter. I'll make you a nice cone. I'm ambidextrous when it comes to a bowl. That's right. I can use my lighter on my left or my right. It really doesn't matter. I am not ambidextrous when it comes to a dab because I like to hold my carb cap with a certain hand. I don't know why. It's kind of fucked up because it would be the easiest one to be ambidextrous with. Yeah, so once I nail that and I nail the backwards roll joint, I'm going to try and roll some cross joints and see what else I can fucking pull out of my ass over here. Man, I got nothing else to fucking do except for doing this. And I think if you've been following me on Instagram, I picked up a mic, so hopefully this episode's sound is pretty good because I'm testing it out for the first time. And I got a light, so that hopefully what I can do is figure out how to do some video podcasts, because I'm hoping that if I have my buddy come over and co-host or at least be a guest a couple times here and there, I could do those ones in video and maybe put those up on YouTube, because from what I understand, Anchor allows you to take YouTube podcasts, take the video, you have to be on a computer, but you can take the video from YouTube, put it into Anchor, and Anchor will take the audio and turn it into and put it as a podcast on your site. So, boom, nailed it, right? So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking of doing. I'm going to try and figure out how to do that, because it's very hard to do all of this as one person. So it takes time to set it all up. So bear with me, but it's coming. But yeah, so we're all good over here. I hope you guys are all good. I hope you enjoyed this episode, because these are my thoughts off the stem for this week. After being up for 24 hours, I feel like I'm relatively sane still. We'll see what happens for the rest of the day, though. So thank you for listening. I hope you come back every Friday at 4:20 p.m. on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts, it's out there, because I posted it myself. Why? Because I put in work, son. Put in work. Sometimes I don't sleep. That's what I'm saying. You know, you heard me. Sorry. I guess I'm getting overtired now. All right. So check out the Todd's 420 shop as well. I'll put the link down in the description. And until next time, roll your joints, load your bowls, do your dabs, and keep your lids low, baby.